Hello, Pastor Steve Waldron here at New Life Church, Albany, Georgia, with Strong's Exhaustive Concordance. Strong's Exhaustive Concordance. This one is done by Zondervan and is known as the strongest Strong's, but still, has Augustus H. Strong, or I think that was his name, his voluminous research that he did, James Strong. Augustus H. was a systematic theologian in the 19th century, but James Strong finding every word, every place where it was, before computers in the 1890s. Wow, what a service. And then defining them briefly from Hebrew and Greek. So what makes this the strongest Strong's? Why is it different than other Strong's? It'll give you some things. First of all, it has like a thumb index on the side. It's more of a fan index, as they would call it. So, that's kind of neat. Now, any Strong's you get, I've got small Strong's, but they're usually not exhaustive. The term exhaustive, people have so many jokes, the Strong's exhausted concordance, because you get exhausted carrying this thing. But it's going to be huge, because it's got so much information. It's going to be small print and huge. Let me read to you some of the other stuff that it's got in here. It's got Nave's Topical Bible, Orville J. Nave, more than 100,000 verses indexed by subject, word, phrase, synonym, for example. And cross-references, word counts, most up-to-date Hebrew and Greek dictionary. So let's open this up, see what we've got here in Strong's Exhaustive Concordance. It's got a little biography of James Strong, John R. Kohlenberger III, who was huge in New Evangelical things. It's got a brief history of the Strongest Strong's project. Fascinating reading here, by the way. Bible concordances in general, improvements in the Strongest Strong. It has some things in here like the 1873 edition of the KJV contains 790,915 total words in the 66 canonical books, with a unique vocabulary of 12,858 words. So that shows, the Bible's got like Shakespeare used over 40,000 words. And so that's kind of unique information that I really enjoy. Now, that would not be the Cambridge Baskerville count. Those definitive numbers are done by Lawrence Vance. Trust Lawrence Vance on that. They are, and what's the middle verse? He's got it. So you look up Aaron. Here's all the verses with Aaron. And then it's going to have Aaron, a little number. It says 319. That number is how many times Aaron is used. So any word in the Bible, it's going to tell you how many times it's used, like Aaron. And so then it's going to give another number out here, which is 175. Now, one of the basic things in Bible study, the Hebrew is the Old Testament is primarily written in Hebrew with some Aramaic and Daniel and Esther and all this. And the New Testament, at least what we have at extant is Greek. A lot of people say, Matthew was originally written in Hebrew and other things. Romans might have been written in Latin and different things such as that. But we have it extant in Koine Greek. So you read this 175, you would come to the back under Hebrew Aramaic Dictionary, to 175. And it's going to give you some information from Hebrew what Aaron means. Very easy to use. And so under Aaron, let me just look that up really quick. It says, it has the Hebrew spelling and then the Hebrew pronunciation Aaron, and tells what it is. It also says it's related to Greek 195. And then it says the word Aaron in Hebrew is used 315 times. Aaron's plural is used 26 times. Aaronites 2 times. And then Aaron coupled with number 3807, so then you turn there, is used 4 different times. So it has word counts in both places. So it's just kind of neat. I like the word counts. It also has synonyms like loving kindness is used 4 times, but then it would also be kind and love. Low is used 46 times, but then other words you'd want to look up is lower, lowest, lowliness, lowly. And again, it would have, and so many times, many different Hebrew and Greek words are translated as one English word. And this just helps in study. So let's go to the back. Now, I do want to say it's very clear, computerized print, very dark, much better. Another thing is this is actually a red letter Strong's. That if you're hunting, I wonder how many times Jesus spoke on this particular word. You flip over there, and every time Jesus spoke on it, it's highlighted. The whole verse is highlighted. And he used it. So that helps immensely. Just little nuances like that. It's just fantastic. You kind of see the fan references like steps are used 38 times in the Bible, Hebrew, Greek. And it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 6 different Old Testament words for step. Steps, plural, 3 times in the New Testament, it's all the same word, 2487. Then you would turn to the Greek, 2487, and it would explain it to you. So, I used to use this to study Hebrew and Greek. Okay, so like the Nave's Topical Bible. So you say, well, I don't know the word, I just know the topic, like anger or something. Well, they have Nave's Topical Bible in here. Like this is a Hebrew calendar, Canaan. And so this is normally a separate book written by the I think he was a Civil War chaplain, Orville J. Nave. He was from Columbus, Georgia, as a matter of fact. If my memory serves me correctly, as was Ian Bounds was a Civil War guy too. The guy who wrote on prayer. So you can see just thousands of things here in Naves, just page after page, like prophecy, messianic prophecies and fulfillment, public opinion, because it's a topical, not just a word Bible, testimony, like ancient Near Eastern texts relating to the Old Testament, the Armana letters, Ibn Mop's wisdom, Egyptian, Atrahasis epic, Akkadian, Babylonian theodicy, Akkadian, the Cyrus cylinder, and then it gives a brief thing. So this is great for archaeology. Just a lot of that. And so you keep going back here, and then it's just got a lot of stuff like major social concerns. How do we do society based on the Bible? You hear about Judeo-Christian civilization. The Supreme Court has the 10 Commandments behind it. Old Testament sacrifices, Hebrew calendar, and selected events. Old Testament feast and sacred days. Just great teaching material. So if you're somewhere, you only have one book, you know. So many people say, well, go online. Well, what if we don't have online sometime? You know, you still need some hard copies. What if the online has been doctored? It's something to think about. It happens. Weights and measures in the Old Testament. Kings of the United Kingdom. Kings and queens of Judah. Wonderful chronology here. Kings of Israel, harmony of the Gospels. Excellently done, I might add. Prophecies of the Messiah fulfilled in Jesus. Harmony of, make sure I'm skipping anything. Messiah to be God. Isaiah 9:7. Parables of Jesus. All the places they're found. Miracles of Jesus. Old Testament chronology from Abraham. Maps. I really like these black and white maps. That's just me. I like the full color ones as well, but these are really neat. Wonder if they give you permission to run those off or something, pass them out to Sunday school class. So here we have it, the strongest Strong's Concordance. I really like it. I'll probably do a Nelson review of their Strong's Concordance as well at some point in the future, but God willing. But have a great day in Jesus.